Previously on, well, lyrically speaking.
Staring out the window and listening to Daniel Caesar, it does affect you in the long run.
I think people need to be more careful with their song choices and how often they listen to a specific type of genre.
You've officially made it to volume 2.
Recently, there's been a rise in celebrities and public figures getting cancelled for the simplest of things, the most insignificant of things, the most unnecessary of things. And the best way that people have found to respond to it is by calling out the haters. There was a collaboration between Katsai, Eyelid, and the Seraphim. It's a song called Iconic by Mistake, where each group gets their own verse where they're basically confronting all the things that haters have said about them. And if you really look at it, Katsai has received a lot of hate since they've debuted 2 years ago, such as overdancing or their songs having weird lyrics, or the fact that Mano is now on hiatus and people are not in support of it. Beyond that, the two other girl groups, Islet and La Seraphim, have received hate, specifically Islet getting cancelled for all of their teeth in their photos. Islet was in a dental clinic getting their teeth taken out.
Did they actually get their teeth out?
No, it's CGI.
Oh, like that. Okay. I was like, what? Hey, you guys were thinking it, okay?
La Seraphim, one of the girls was sitting on top of a tombstone because she received death garlands on her birthday. For Cat's Eye, they used corn because they wanted to show how people are making deepfakes of them. That's a way that celebrities have decided to call out on the hate that they've been receiving. It really consumes the person as a whole. It doesn't seem right to, comment on someone else's body or their appearances or the way they do things, because it's really not that significant in your own life.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of celebrities have been getting hate for personal choices, really. Like,
Yeah.
for example, Ariana Grande. I think you'd love to elaborate on this, but I
Yeah.
just want
Yeah.
to just in general, like her choice to be the way that she is. She's changed her aesthetic a little bit. Maybe she has made some decisions about how she looks. And I feel like that's totally justified because that is, at the end of the day, her own life. Like, I get that celebrities have to justify in a way, like what they're doing, why they're doing it, but it's not an obligation to justify the reason.
Yeah. So she's talked about it a lot, which people fail to recognize. She released a video when she found out that so many people are commenting on her looks and her appearance after she joined Wicked.
I don't do this often. I don't like it. I'm not good at it. I just wanted to address your concerns about my body and to be seen and to be paid such close attention to. I think we should be gentler and less comfortable commenting on people's bodies, no matter what. If you think you're saying something good or well-intentioned, whatever it is, healthy, unhealthy, big, small, we just shouldn't. We should really work towards not doing that as much.
Beyond that, even on the Wicked press tour, there's been so much conversation about this discussion that she's been part of. Honestly, she wasn't even part of. People were deciding that they're the people to be able to comment on something about her, that you really don't have a reason or
The
right to comment about it. Exactly. She said that there's this sort of comfortability that people are reaching. In a way, it's a good thing because, it's always been a stigma to be open about your thoughts and feelings and your opinions, but also it's kind of crossing the line.
I know personally for me, the body that you've been comparing my current body to was the unhealthiest version of my body. I was on a lot of antidepressants and drinking on them and eating poorly, and at the lowest point of my life when I looked the way you consider my healthy, but that in fact wasn't my healthy. And I know I shouldn't have to explain that, but I do feel like maybe having an openness and some sort of vulnerability here will be something good might come from it. I don't know.
Yeah, she literally said that the public seems to be too comfortable with like commenting, posting, and for them, are even like putting out videos explaining why they feel like they're concerned about Ariana Grande. Now that she's on tour, I think it's happening again. everyone tries to justify themselves as like, I'm just having concern for her. I mean, look at her, you can see shoulder blades. And
Yeah.
at the end, like I said before, it's a fine line between really being concerned and
Being
like,
overly involved in a way.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you're listening to her for the music, you're listening to her as an artist, right? So, yes, you're concerned about personal matters and things like that, but there has to be like a limit, like you said.
But I do see like the counter argument being that, she's a public figure, young girls look up to her, and if this is what you're showing them, then what do you think they're going to try to do to themselves? So I understand that, but if it's really just about her music, then I don't see why her physical appearance should be affecting you.
You see all these people online and you see the choices that they're making. Some people get plastic surgeries, and there's just so much that people are doing nowadays, yeah?
Yeah.
And you definitely have the freedom to do that, but I feel like it definitely starts at home. Like you have to
Yeah.
kind of be aware of all of this stuff, maybe talk to the people that you know and just not have any taboo against it.
Yeah, that makes total sense. One last thing I wanted to add is just that, like, for me, I've been an avid listener of Ariana since I was 9 years old. So
Yeah.
I've never been concerned about her physical appearance as such.
Hmm.
It's always really just mattered to me in the sense of her music.
We also want to talk a little bit about choices for music. Obviously, a lot of people scrutinize what lyrics artists write, songwriters write, but
Yeah.
also the way that they like perform. So we know that performances that are live are definitely way more different than recording studios. But when it's a live performance, they have to make so many considerations. Maybe like their vocal cords are just too worked up, or
Yeah.
they haven't had a break in a while, so they need water, so they're not able to reach those high notes. So artists have to accommodate all of those factors, and they
Yeah.
have to do what's best for them and also for the performance. For example, when Ariana was performing Die For You with The Weeknd, she chose not to do the high note, and it was because she wanted to preserve her vocal cords, and she just didn't feel like she was ready at that moment. Obviously, they go through like years and years of training, but if she thought that it was not right at that moment and that she couldn't deliver her best performance, she decided not to do it. So I don't see what's wrong with that, you know? People still talk about it.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. That's all we have for you in store today. Thank you so much for listening, and we've reached the end of the 8th episode.
We hope you enjoyed this little gossip sesh with us. So without further ado, we declare our 8th episode of Well, Lyrically Speaking as complete.
Until next time, over analytical folks.